Hey y'all, so this is going to be a bit lengthy because there's a lot of information, just insight that God has given me over the last few days or this last week. And it's a lot, but it is in reference to a kingdom spouse. And first things first, this year, 2025, for a lot of us, is the year of love, the year of marriage, walking into the marriage, right? This is the year for that. And so the first thing that God had showed me is, and again, this is not for everyone, so don't take it and run with it if it's not for you. Take it back to God and sit with Him on it and confirm with Him that this is your season for this. This is your time for this before taking it and running with it. So I had gotten the number 109, which in the Strong's means to emotional or physical decline. Okay, I had gotten several other numbers, 674, which means a covering, protection. It also means to faint, to lose heart, to become overwhelmed to the point of losing consciousness or courage. 660, which means to shake off. It also means a viper, a snake. And lots of other numbers. And essentially, what I gathered and what he spoke to me, he said, it is time for judgment. Now, some of these spouses may have already went through bits and pieces of judgment. And it wasn't the full-on, like, wham from God. It was bits and pieces of it, but it wasn't enough to get them to align completely in position, right? To get them to awaken. It wasn't enough to, because some of them, let's be real, are very stubborn and hard-headed and stuck in their ways. So God said, it is time for judgment. I am temporarily removing my covering. It is time to shake that snake off. Shake that snake off of them, right? Shake it off. It's a shaking. I am standing on my faithfulness, doing as I have said. It is time. This is for the disobedience. This will happen quick in a short time span. As I have said, he spoke that to me previously. He had given me like this vision of like a piercing gun, and it just like a quick I don't know if I did that with the right finger, but you get the point. A piercing gun. So it'll be quick like that. And he said, this is a storm I am sending that will cause them to tremble in fear. You know, and it's not even, I'll just keep reading. This is to show that I am not pleased with the way that they've been living, this prodigal lifestyle, these things that have been preventing them from coming into alignment completely with the will of God. Some of the things that they may have been doing, that they have just been so stubborn and stuck in their ways that they have not stopped doing, right? He says this will cause them to feel great shame, great emotional distress, and physical distress and decline. They will know that I am the Lord, the mighty one. Be ready for this. It is time. So you may see it happen, you may not, but it's gonna happen so quick, because it's gonna be so rough for some of them that's why it's gonna happen quick. It's just gonna be like a wham. They're gonna know who God is, right? They're gonna turn to God. It's gonna just be that awakening moment, that moment that they're brought to their knees, maybe like a Jacob moment where they're struck in their hip. They've been wrestling with God over this for so long, and God finally just strikes them, right? and they have to admit who they are, and they have to submit to God. And then God's going to be faithful and bless them, right? As he has promised. And so I had also the next day received some numbers and some things, and basically God said safety first. You may be separated from them again, or just have been separated from them. Your safety's first. Like, if you can't be, some of you can't be with them or in contact with them when they go through this, because it can, you can feel it, right? You don't want to get in the middle of this. And so God's basically saying your safety is first. But this is a swift, he said there's a swift service here. Like, it's going to, a service, right? A service meaning, he is getting rid of the waste that needs to go. Again, uprooting and removing the way that they've been living, those things, that's going away. Like, the storm's gonna barrel on through and remove these things, uproot these things, blow it out of here, right? And then he basically, it was interesting how he gave this to me. I had seen the word tag, and then 54. Tag is like attaching a label to or adding to something. 54 in the Strongs means purity, moral, and spiritual. So he's basically said, like, then I can tag them with purity just for you. Like, he's going to bring you back this purified person. And he said, your miracle will be here in just a moment. Your victory, rest, relief, refreshment will be here in a brief moment. So, also, I had gotten, I had went to Olive Garden, and my receipt numbers were interesting. He's been speaking to me a lot through numbers lately. Like, I haven't been dreaming as much. It's been like strictly numbers, specifically through like receipts a lot lately. And I had gotten the number 1841, which means a year. This is the year 2025 of love. And I had gotten that on a receipt. I had shipped something out in the post, in the mail, and the receipt for the stamp that they gave me was love 2025. And so this is the year of love. And I got 2192, to have, to hold, to possess. It also means crown, diadem. I had gotten the number 1548, literally means to give in marriage. In 1948, to judge, to decide. And I had gotten 644, which means shadow. But it led me to James 1:17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. God is unchanging and doesn't cast a shadow, unlike the sun, which rises and sets and casts shadows. If God said a thing, he said a thing, right? 265 I had also gotten, which led me to Genesis 26 and 5. Because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, my laws. Because you obeyed God's voice, because you kept his commandments, his law, because you did everything that you were supposed to do, right? You are going to, even though it wasn't easy, even though it was hard, the journey was long and hard, you still stayed true to what God had spoken to you, right? And stayed true to course. And because of that, you are walking into what he has promised you. He has decided and he has judged you both worthy of coming into, marriage, and he's going to give you to this person in marriage this year. And I had also gotten Psalms 78 and 33. So he ended their days of futility. I'm not sure what that means. And their years of terror. But it's a new day. It's a new day. These days, these times are ending. And it is a new day. And that actually brings me to what I had seen today. So, number one, I had seen a big truck with a rose on it. And God has been speaking to me for a long time about receiving flowers, specifically roses. And for a long time, I didn't really understand the full extent. I was thinking in my mind, so simple, like just a bouquet of flowers, a bouquet of roses. But God ended up revealing to me the deeper meaning behind it. For me, it's commitment. And so I'm not sure what that means for you, but it's time to receive your flowers, specifically roses. And let's see. Oh, I had also gotten the number 102, which means love, right? And this is some emails that I was going through my emails, and these are some that I had saved, and some that just popped up today, actually. And it ended up, this is what it says. Something sweet in store for you. We have a feeling you'll love these. The perfect ring is waiting. New is in the air. Going back to just a second ago, I was saying new, like you're coming out of this season of this rough season that you've been in, just anticipating this and waiting for this into the new. Like it's here. Marriage, this is the year for a lot of us for marriage. And so before I started recording this, like I had taken a nap and I woke up and my Wi-Fi had went out, and I haven't had an issue with my Wi-Fi yet. And it just like randomly went out. So I tried resetting it, right? The connection wouldn't come back. I tried resetting it. The connection wouldn't come back. So then I called the first person I talked to. They did the same thing. The connection wouldn't come back. They transfer me to a person who is more why can't I think of the word? I don't know, just another tech person. And they go to kind of check the issue, and the connection had already come back, to their surprise. They were like, did you have here on the automated system before you got on the phone with me that there was a rebooting happening or anything? I'm like, no. The guy did the same thing. Like nobody said anything about a reboot. She's like, huh, that's interesting. And so the connection was restored. So, I hung up and I thought about it for a minute, and I'm like a light bulb went off. I'm like, oh my gosh. So what God was saying with that, using that to speak, is that the connection that may have been lost or feels like it's lost is going to be restored so quickly. Like that. It's just going to be a surprise, a shock. God is going to restore that connection like just super quick. It may have went out, look like it's not working, like the connection is dead, but he's going to restore it super quickly, and it's going to shock other people. It's going to shock you. And so, also I had received the number 1933, which in the Strong's means gentle. And that was the time on my receipt, 1933. So it's a time, like, you're coming into that time now where they are going to treat you with that gentle care. Um they are going to come back gentle. 47 I had gotten again, purity, quality of being pure. They're going to come back pure. They're going to come back gentle. Um they are going to come back with the commitment and all of the things that you have been waiting for, and desiring for and longing for. They are coming back with that. I had actually started watching a video of someone, I can't even remember her name at the moment, but it was titled The Encounter, A Major Awakening and Return. And I had paused it to go do something, but something told me to screenshot where I paused it at. And at the time I paused it, it was 611, which means an answer. And also, the phone percentage was on 47. Again, pure, quality of being pure. 1956 was the length of the video, which means to explain, to interpret, to resolve a question or clarifying matter. So literally when I paused it, those were the numbers that I had seen. 611, an answer in 1956 to explain or resolve a question or clarifying a matter. You're going to receive that answer that you've been waiting for, that clarity that you've been waiting for. They're going to come to you and they're going to make known their feelings towards you, their desires towards you, their intentions with you, all of the things that you have been waiting for, that answer that you've been waiting for. And again, it was titled The Encounter, A Major Awakening and Return. I had gotten the number 218 tonight also on a receipt. That means in the Strongs to awaken, to arouse, to stir up. 404, to refresh and to revive. It's just all tying together and being repetitive and the same, for the saying the same thing over and over again. It's marriage is here. Also, I keep getting different numbers that mean the same thing. 26 or 2569, which means to do good, the act of doing good. I've had other numbers in the Strongs lately that mean like a doer of doing good. Underneath that, 17, one who does good. See, that keeps being repetitive. They are going to come back doing what is good, doing what is right. God is refreshing and reviving this connection, and it's going to be quick. 218 also means to anoint. He is anointing that person to be your husband. He is awakening them. He is stirring up their spirit. He's stirring up that fire, that love, that passion. He's stirring it up. I got 426, to examine, to question, to investigate. They have been examining this, right? And they are ready to move forward. That's what this judgment and that's happening quick. Once that's done and complete, this is what brings them back to you. So Jacob wrestled with God. And it was the night before he met up with Esau for the reconciliation, of their reconciliation. So it's going to be like quick. The judgment will be quick. That wrestling with God, that where God strikes them, hits them where it hurts, right? And they now have this new perspective of God and you. They now at that point will know who you are, who God is. They'll have a new respect for you, a new, just completely new respect for you, and point of view towards you, perspective of you and God. And then they meet up with you just like he met up with Esau the next day. And that is when they come to you with the answer that you've been, the answers, the clarity, and the marriage, right? Um, I got 1241, which means to gird, meaning readiness and alertness. Be ready for this. It's happening. Um, I had seen a red Dodge Ram, a red, blood of Jesus, a ram, and then I had seen Pleasure Way. Like, this is it's a ram in the bush moment. It's a ram that's being set and appointed. Oh, I got 2525. That literally means to appoint, to set. Wow. So yeah, in place, right? To bring you to this place of where you're going to take pleasure in everything that God is bringing to you. 1558, Avenger, one who executes justice. Justice is here, right? 712, I had gotten breakfast, morning meal, time of, so breakfast and a morning meal represented like a time of nourishment and fellowship shared with family or guests. That's this time that it's bringing you into is going to be just this time of nourishment. It's going to nourish you. And what else? Oh, I had gotten two random songs that popped up tonight. Number one was I Never Told You by Kobe Calais. It's an old song. But I did not write down the lyrics to these because I've already written a ton of notes. I did not want to go through and write down two songs. It's a lot of writing. So definitely look it up. Look up the lyrics. And I'd Rather by Luther Vandross. That was another one that popped up. Again, didn't write down the lyrics. Look it up though and kind of listen to it if this is for you and allow it to, speak to you. And it's kind of just saying how they feel. They're having this awakening moment. God is awakening. They are recognizing who you are, who God is. They are being awakened to a lot of things, being awakened to who they are, who they need to be. And kind of like just realizing everything, right? Just having this moment of reflection and realization and awakening. Oh yeah, 718, to join, to fit together, to take a wife I give in marriage. Yep. And I had gotten 201, which means speaker. They're literally going to be speaking. They're ready or going to be about to be ready to speak on the matter, right? They're to speak their feelings, to speak, just to, yeah, to speak. What else? I feel super tired after this. I think I'm done. I think that's it. So I do pray that this gets to who it needs to get to at the right time. Please take it to God. I know that we all repeat that like so much, but it's because people don't take things back to God when they should, and just receive things out of season, and it leads to just so many different things that could be prevented if you just take it to God and get confirmation directly from God about it. So please do that. And don't just receive things. But for a lot of us, the year 2025 is the year of love and of marriage. It is a Jubilee year, so it's more than that. It's just a year of God's goodness, God's grace. I have been seeing that so much lately to 5555. This the number 5, like repetitively. It is everything, and God said everything would happen at once. He spoke that to me like 2 years ago, that the marriage, the reconciliation, the job, the finances, the just everything would like happen at once. And that is what's happening this year in 2025. So, if you feel led to sow into this, I encourage you to do so. I pray over every seed that is sown. I pray that, God bless you for your obedience and in return. And I just pray that y'all all have a blessed rest of your evening. And I will see you in my next video, whenever that may be. Okay, bye.